You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
So let's talk about Caught Stealing, Darren Aronofsky's latest movie that's now streaming on major VOD platforms like Amazon Prime Video. If you're expecting another haunting masterpiece like Black Swan or Requiem for a Dream, you might be surprised, or maybe even thrown off, because this time, Aronofsky seems to have swapped his usual intense psychological territory for something that feels more like a wild crime caper gone slightly sideways. The story revolves around Hank, played by Austin Butler, a washed-up former baseball player who now runs a small New York City bar. It's 1998, and Hank's life is basically stuck in neutral. He's got nothing much going on, except for his floundering relationship with Yvonne, played by Zoe Kravitz, and a deep relationship with his beer bottles. One day, his punk rock neighbor Russ asks him to take care of his cat for a few days. Seems harmless enough, right? But as soon as Hank agrees, everything starts to unravel. Suddenly, a pair of shady goons show up demanding to know where Russ is, and before Hank even realizes what's happening, he's getting beaten up, dragged out of the city, and wakes up in a hospital missing a kidney. Yeah, one kidney short and way too sober, since his doctor orders him to quit alcohol for good. But of course, Hank's life isn't about to calm down. Inside that cat's litter box, he discovers something much bigger. A hidden key that pulls him straight into the center of a dark, dangerous underworld full of mobsters, crooked detectives, and, strangely enough, a lot of bad decisions. The film tries to balance crime, chaos, and a bit of humor, but the tone is all over the place. Aronofsky, usually a master of psychological intensity, seems to be experimenting with a more mainstream, fast-paced style here. And not everything lands. Butler gives a strong, moody performance, but he feels slightly misplaced in this offbeat mix of violence and slapstick. Zoe Kravitz, even in her limited screen time, adds a much-needed emotional pulse, while Regina King brings authority and grit as a detective trying to make sense of the madness. Visually, though, Aronofsky still delivers. The gritty streets of 1990s New York are brought to life with his trademark raw, kinetic energy. The camera moves like it's constantly on edge, mirroring Hank's own downward spiral. The problem is, while it looks good, the emotional heart feels hollow. You're left more invested in the cat's fate than Hank's redemption. In the end, Caught Stealing feels like a stylish but uneven experiment. A film that tries to merge Aronofsky's artistry with a mainstream crime story, but doesn't quite find the balance. It's not terrible, but it's not essential viewing either. If you're curious to see Aronofsky try something looser and less heavy, maybe give it a look. Otherwise, as most critics have said, this one's probably a skip. Stay subscribed for more videos.